unavoidable school experiences, lock in.
Bro, there is nothing more annoying than being accused of having a crush on the chopped cheese at school. This literally happened to me in 7th grade. I was taking
Dude, I've had that happen to me once, and it's probably the most terrible experience I've ever had. And it happens to all of your buddies. Because it'll like, it's not even like they are being serious, it's just to be mean, especially in like 7th grade. They don't actually mean anything by it, or they might, but I don't really know. But it's usually like it switches between you and your bros, you know what I mean? Or like at least that's what happens to me.
taking an exam in math class, and right underneath the clock on the wall, the most chopped, wildebeest looking creature was sitting. Let's call her Roz. To pace myself during the exam, I would look at the clock every couple minutes to make sure I would finish in time. You can probably tell where this is going. At lunch the same day, one of Roz's friends came up to me and asked, "Hey, do you have a crush on Roz? She told all of us that you kept staring at her during the
Dude, this is my worst fear. And I know I'm overthinking, but it's my worst fear for me to, because I'm looking around during class. During class, I'm bored as fuck. You're looking around, you like make eye, I mean, you have that one person that's in like that convenient spot for you to look. And it's like, you just make eye contact with them a lot. And it's like, my biggest fear is for somebody to be like, "Oh yeah, you like that person," or something like that.
math exam. Are you actually
used to
kidding
be
me
my
right
biggest
now?
fear.
Roz had been telling every girl in our grade that I had a crush on her. I would rather share a cell with Fleece Johnson than have these rumors surrounding my name.
In his prison, booty.
What? Prison booty.
Booty was more important than food.
Okay, maybe not. I told her
That's
friend that I
crazy.
obviously don't have a crush on her. I was just trying to look at the clock.
Do any of you know where this sprite is from? Like, it's hilarious, but I don't know where it's from because. I
But
don't
it
know.
was too late. The damage had been done. Over the next week, I literally had to go on a campaign around my grade trying to clear my name. I was literally posting Snapchat stories telling everyone that I don't have a crush on.
No, I've done this. Yo, I've done that in like the 6th grade, like 6 years ago. I did this. Oh my god.
Her. The funniest thing is, the older I've gotten, the more I realized that this happens to a lot of people. Over
Me, that happened to me and all my friends.
the years, I've made a number of friends who've also been accused of having a crush on the most karate chopped looking creatures. At this point,
Yup.
I'm afraid it might be an unavoidable part of the school experience. It's like watching crazy fights. Now, I never got into a fight at school. I was always a little too
I did. I got into one fight. I wasn't at school though. I got into one fight like almost like right after school. And a bunch of my friends were there, and it was against this guy, and we were on the trampoline, on a trampoline. I don't know why we were on a trampoline. That was probably a terrible idea. But we're on this trampoline, and we're full boxing, and we're like throwing fists. I'm like jumping, and then all of a sudden, I just throw a nasty right hook right into his neck, and he like panics. He gets the wind knocked out of him, and like, dude, it was so bad. And he ran away. And the dad, who was the house of the trampoline, like, made me go get him, and I was pissed because I was like, well, I don't know where this kid went. It was a fight, and so I had to go track him down. But yeah, that was my one fight that I've gotten in.
chill, a little too nonchalant to be doing devious activities like that. But when it came to watching fights, you know your boy gotta get the best seat in the house. The craziest fight I ever witnessed happened at lunch in 8th grade. You see, there was this kid in my grade named Zach. He was one of those kids that would misbehave so much that he couldn't be in regular classes and
I'm friends with those kids. I do not misbehave in class. I'm friends with the people who do misbehave in class because I think it is funny as hell. That's all I have to say.
had to be in his own supervised classes. He was always skipping, and I'd see him hanging out in the gym or bathroom every once in a while. Now, it turns out that Zach had made beef with this kid Angel and his friends. Now, I don't know the details, but what I do know is that he told them that he was gonna pull up on them
Ooh, South Park. I love South Park. That's all I have to say.
during lunch. You could say a lot of things about Zach, but what you couldn't say was that he wasn't a man of his word. I still vividly remember that.
But that's the only thing that matters, is like, it matters if you get good grades. It matters if you do good in class, but like, not even do good in class. It's like, are you a respectful person in class? But the thing that matters the most is if you're a good person, and I guess if you're integrity, and if you're like if you have integrity and you're a man of your word, like you can get a lot more out of life if you just never tell a lie and like always stay true to your word than if you're a perfect kid in class. Hot take. You might think it's a cold take, but I don't really care.
That day, I was playing NBA Jam on my phone at lunch in the cafeteria, and out of nowhere, I hear kids cheering and screaming. I had no clue what was going on, so I turn around and I see Zach.
Dude, no, you ever have like a school fight and the teachers banned phones? Like this was like 2 years ago when I was in grade 10. Teachers banned phones. And so you just whip out a notepad and start fucking documenting that shit. Ooh. Pull a full journalist. That's what I do. That's the tough way to do it, you know?
Running full sprint followed by 2 teachers. He runs across the cafeteria right towards Angel and they immediately start throwing hands. Everyone is going crazy cheering them on, and then Angel's friend Raul, who was about 6'2", 180 pounds, lifts Zach above his head and slams him on the floor like he's the
Okay. I don't think interfering in fights is a good thing. Like, no, not interfering in fights, but like, if someone's losing, for you to help them and like beat the living shit out. Like if I'm watching 2 third graders fight and one of them's losing, I'm not just gonna pick up the other third grader and go slam him against the wall, or like pick him up and pull a backbreaker on my knee. But like, at the same time, you kind of have to do something. And like, if he's getting his shit beat, especially if he's like younger than you, but not like too young for you to actually do anything in the fight, it's important that you actually do something. Oh my god, this is so important, especially if he's already lost and it's like your friend. I'm doing something. But if it's a pre-planned fight that they planned out, like if my friend's getting jumped, I am helping my friend. I am beating the living shit. Well, I'm gonna try at least. I'm beating the living shit out of the guy who's jumping him. Obviously I'm gonna try, and I probably can't, but like, you know, but if it's like a pre-planned fight, your friend probably doesn't want help.
Undertaker. At this point, the teachers finally grab a hold of Zach, and we are all standing there like we just witnessed the rumble in the jungle. Every time I talk to someone I went to middle school with, I ask them if they remember that fight, and they
I just watched American Psycho. That movie was so good.
always do. It's become like a core memory for us. Another core memory to everyone I went to school with has got to be the Williams Challenge. Now, unless you were in middle or high school in Plano, Texas in 2018,
What? I've never heard of this. What? Is this just like an American thing? What? I've never heard of this in my life. The Williams Challenge?
probably have no clue what I'm talking about. And after I tell you, you're gonna wish you still had no clue what I'm talking about.
Americans do some whack shit. Just gonna say that. I'm sorry, but like, they do some whack shit.
The Williams Challenge wasn't really a challenge. It was an incident that happened at Williams High School where one male student gave another male student $20 to give him Gluck Gluck in a bathroom stall while
Sorry. I'm sorry, what? Yo! That is what? That is just what?
a third guy recorded. Now, somehow this video got leaked and went quadruple platinum on Snapchat. I actually never got the video because I wasn't trying to get mixed up in all that, so I actually never saw the video, but the incident became legendary in my school district.
Well, should we get banned on streams real quick? Yeah, we should. One sec. Williams Challenge video. Actually, no, I don't feel like getting banned on stream.
The term Williams Challenge became commonplace in our vocabulary, and someone even made an Urban Dictionary post about it. As wild as that story is, I think we can all agree that $20 is $20. It's honestly crazy.
That's where that's from? What? I thought it was just like a joke, like I'm not gay, but $20 is $20. I thought it was like a joke that, oh yeah, you would suck someone's dick for $20. I didn't know that it actually happened. What?
See how quickly rumors spread throughout a school, and it's not just students, teachers get it the worst. Because students have nothing better to do, they'll just make stuff up about their teachers. One time some kids found out where one of our teachers lived and they would post pictures of his house on Snapchat, which was weird enough, but on top of that they said they saw him inside his house gooning. Obviously they just made that up, but kids want to believe stuff like that, so that just
Like these AI pictures crack me up anytime. Dude, what? What is this? Anyways, like, even if he was caught gooning, it's his chat. It's his own house. It's his. Also, why does this guy have a coffee mug for it? What is this? What is this? What is this? Oh my god.
became his reputation after that. Being a teacher in the big 2025 is honestly terrifying. I mean, you just gotta know that your kids are gonna do full background checks on you and find out every little detail about your life. Boundaries do not exist anymore. Speaking of not having boundaries, you remember those kids in
No, boundaries still exist. It's just your responsibility to enforce them at the level that you want to enforce them. So, like, I don't give out my first or last name on this platform. That's my boundary. But, like, if I was like, oh, yeah, I love my kids, and, like, not love my kids, but, like, that's what some teachers say to their, like, students. I love my students, and, like, you have no boundaries with them, and you don't have any visible boundaries. It's going to be a lot easier for them to do things to you. And this doesn't go for teachers. This goes for literally anybody that is a social worker or in any social setting. It is your responsibility to enforce those boundaries. And I'm not saying it's your fault if they do something bad. I'm just saying it's preventable in a sense that you can enforce boundaries that might further your cause to not get doxxed or whatever, like something like that.
elementary school that would pull their pants all the way down at the urinal. Bro, you can
Ew, that sucks, dude. That is gross. I've had that before, but not at school. Thank fuck.
not be
Because we had we still have private urinals in school.
double cheeked up in a public bathroom. I never even understood this. Even at 5 years old, you should know how to hold up your pants. I
Oh, I've done this before. Holding hands.
saw a kid doing this as old as 8th grade. At that point, it's time to hop on the short bus, my guy. You are not ready for general pop. Unfortunately, these guys aren't even the most annoying people in bathrooms.
Well, this is not bad. You can look down at your dick when you're peeing in a urinal. That's not bad. What? See, like, this guy's doing it. This guy's doing it. Oh, what is it? Oh, okay.
I mean, how can we forget
I
the
didn't.
fake
I didn't pick up on it. Oh.
teens who turn the entire
clip me.
bathroom into a cloud? Or what about that one guy who just randomly
Oh, I have a 10 out of 10 story that I need to tell right now. So, in our school, like, we do not vape or smoke in bathrooms. Weed, vape, doesn't even matter. We do not do any of that shit. I've never had that relatable, except for in, like, other places. But one day, we had the school from a neighboring town over for, like, a one-off day. And they're probably in grade, like, 9. And this would have been in, like, it would have been so long ago, like grade 9, maybe? I don't know. Maybe I was also in grade 9. But they came over, and they were doing shit. And a little bit later, my buddy walks into the boys' bathroom in the elementary end. I don't know why he was there. Don't quote him on that. But he's there, and he's like, he comes back to the teacher, and he's like, the whole bathroom stinks like vape. He's like, because he told a teacher, because it was wild, and we were in grade 9.
has like a barbershop business in there. Like, I respect your hustle, get your bag,
Oh no, I've seen that in our school. The barber shop in one of the stalls.
but who wants to get their hair cut while mans is taking a dookie 5 feet away? Honestly, to me,
Me?
the most annoying guys in bathrooms are the ones that are just standing there doing nothing. They're probably skipping class, which is whatever, but why do you gotta camp out in here? Do you know how uncomfortable it is to try to pee while
Dude, no. The bathroom is the meta for skipping class. I don't know what people are saying, like, oh, it's why do people sit in bathrooms? No, dude, that's the meta. You get your phone in there somehow, Oh my god, dude, it's peak.
Bro is literally standing over my shoulder. Like, don't you have a test to take or something? Speaking of tests, whoever invented these things needs to be publicly executed. I mean, these things are completely pointless, especially for subjects to be publicly executed.
One's bull, by the way. One's bull.
I mean, these things are completely pointless, especially for subjects like social studies.
They are not pointless.
You literally just memorize the entire unit the night before the test and forget everything as soon as you turn it in. This leads to those days where you wait until the morning of your test to open your textbook and realize there's no chance you're gonna learn the material in time, so you just give up on studying and just rely on your test-taking strategies and deduction skills to get you through it. Now, most of the time this completely fails, but the few
Dude, no, when I don't study on a test, I get like an 82. When I do study, I get like a 93. Although, contradictory to what I'm saying, I had a science test the other day, and I got an 85.
few times you do well on a test after going in raw makes you feel like you have the IQ to understand Rick and Morty. But the opposite is also true, and whenever you study for a test and then fail, makes you really
Never gotten lower than an 82 on a test before in my life.
consider if you should become a professional risk taker instead of going to college.
34? Okay, what do you do?
I am a risk taker. I'm a road runner.
I actually have a really funny prom story, so if you want to see that in my next video,
Alright, WVid, chat. WVid.